All right, we are live. What is going on, Teach Better family? It is Wednesday. It is 5 p.m. here on Eastern Time Zone, which means it's time for your Teach Better brain break. We've got Dave live again from somewhere in Michigan. So I understand that we all know that he no longer lives in Michigan, but for some reason he's in Michigan all the time. So we're going to talk to Dave about that, and we'll make up some other stuff. Hopefully, if you're watching, you're taking an intentional break to relax and get away from all the stresses and craziness that is your life. So if you're going to do me a favor, drop in the comments. Let us know where you're at, where you're watching from, what are you taking a break from? Did you grab a snack? Did you grab a drink? What are they? And then join us here. I'd love to see some green hearts if you can as well. We'll be back in about a minute. All right, welcome back to Brain Break. Dave, I can hear you are somewhere right now.
I am somewhere right now. Isn't that crazy how that works?
Well,
I think you're somewhere right now, aren't you?
What's crazy is before we went live, you're like, is the background noise that bad? I'm like, no, not that bad. And they're like, right there when we came on, it was like I could hear everything. So I'm like, so we're gonna see as people get, coming past you and stuff like that. Where are you? Like I'm in this city, airport, whatever that, but also where are you, like, in that place? Are you hidden in a closet somewhere? Do you officially have an office there, like a studio, or?
Yeah, pretty much. So I am here. I'll leave that for the clue for those people that are watching. I'm pointing literally to where I am. I am in the Lansing International Airport, and there is an abandoned restaurant. Apparently nobody eats here anymore that I have kind of found. I come in and I turn on the lights every other week. And
do you actually turn the lights on?
I do. I do. I come in, turn on the lights, plug in, and hang out and chat with you. The reality is, the reason I'm here is my wardrobe consists of t-shirts and hoodies. All of my t-shirts are dirty, so I needed to go somewhere where I could wear a hoodie and feel okay. So
you can put it over a dirty t-shirt.
Yeah,
I get it.
Okay. At least the hoodie's cozy, so it's all good.
I get it. Bree's here. Hello, Bree. Always awesome to see you. Elijah, great to see you, brother. It's been a while since we've seen Elijah drop in the comments. So, Brad's here spelling on incorrectly. It must be a Canadian thing. Not really sure.
I thought on had a U in it, isn't it? Aun?
Is that what it is?
I don't know. I don't know.
Look, all I know is that I'm here for Brad. I got some.
Are you the one sitting on an airplane right now? That's the only time I have that stuff is sitting on an airplane. How do you have that?
I like
That's amazing.
A little bit of ginger ale with my bourbon. So we have ginger ale. However, I wasn't really in the mood to have a drink, and my stomach's been feeling a little bit off, and ginger ale can sometimes help that. So that because I'm hungry, but whatever. So, yeah. So
okay.
The only time you have that is on a plane. Is that?
I have to go all. Yeah, it's the only time I have that. But I have to go all out Michigan. Do you ever drink Vernors, or is it always?
I've had Vernors, but no. It's typically Canada Dry.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we get when we go up to the island in Canada. I don't know if that's because it says Canada on it, or if that's just what my in-laws chose. But we do. That's what I typically do. So anyway, so that's that. So you're in Michigan. You're on your way to some other part of Michigan, like over here or something, like around back here.
60 minutes north. I have to navigate around all of my fans. They literally have giant turbines all the way up, but I act like I'm here to visit my fans. I take pictures of my fans every single time, and I hang out.
Like, is it fans in the restaurant? Is that what we're talking about? Like, there's ceiling fans?
We're talking about giant wind turbines, like the
your wind. Okay, gotcha. Those correct me if I'm wrong. They cause cancer, right? They're killing birds and stuff. Isn't that a thing, or is that?
Not here. These
Okay.
are the special ones that move nice and slow.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah,
cool,
they're
cool.
just for
Good to
show.
know.
They're just for
Good to
show.
know. Megan, this is literally that comment is why Dave and I do this every week. Like that's it right there. Like that you said you need this, and I'm like, that's good. That's why we're here. Now you need to know, and I think you probably already know that we have no plan for today. Right now, I'm just like keep commenting because I could throw things on the screen and we could talk about them. So, Dave, you're on the way to do that. I am on my way after this. I've got to go. I got to go to Chipotle because it's a fundraiser night for my kids' school today. So, like, I have to go eat Chipotle today. And I'm
That's
torn
sacrifice,
because
man.
I just read an article about how Chipotle's CEO gets paid $38 million a year, and I'm like, I don't know that I want to contribute to that, but I'm still going to. So they're like, hey, look, we're going to pay our CEO $38 million a year, but for your school, we're going to give you guys like 1 cent per burrito. And that's going to do our good deeds.
But have you had their burritos? They are so good because you get to make them whatever you want, man.
Totally worth paying their CEO $38 million.
For sure.
Yes.
For sure.
But I'm so we're excited for that. We're going to go to that. Kids are excited. I think Jacqueline's excited because she likes Chipotle. Jonathan's excited because I think he didn't know what we were talking about because he doesn't like that stuff. So it's gonna be interesting. So
I thought you were gonna say you're off to a Cub Scout function or something because I'm dying to hear about your Cub Scout.
Last night we did Cub Scout. So so last night I go to Cub Scout. So normally on Tuesdays I've got stuff. I got the mastermind that I run for the SPI Pro community with Pat Flynn, and then our admin mastermind. So it's just been that's the Cub Scouts on Tuesdays. So Amy is gonna take him there. She enjoys it. But this was only week 2, and Amy wasn't feeling well, so I went. And in figures, this is where they're like, all right, the 3 of you dads, you come into this room where we're going to spend 30 minutes convincing you that you should be a den leader for your daughter's den because they have a pack and they have dens, and her den didn't have a leader. And there's 3 of us sitting there, and like the one guy just like as soon as he started the whatever I can't remember, the assistant master, I don't know what they call him, starts talking about it. This one dude is just like, I'm not making any eye contact with anybody ever again in my life. And I'm like, all right, I can do this, but I can't do this because my Tuesdays are done. So I volunteered my wife to do it. So I signed her up to be the den leader. I text her, I'm like, hey, so just so you know, you are now the den leader for Jacqueline's den. She's like, oh, okay. All right. What does that mean? I'm like, no idea, but I got a book. It's this thick, and it has all the what you got to do. So apparently, so I'm going through it too. So we got to get like a background check. We've got to go through this like 2-hour training online, and then we'll officially be den leaders.
So just for the record, I'm curious as to how your sign up has worked so far. So you signed her up, and then she went last night and did an amazing job, right?
Who?
Your wife.
No, last night she wasn't there.
I know.
So I volunteered her because too late for her to sign up. So I signed up as
but you were there last night.
Yes.
So you set the precedent that Tuesday nights you're free and you can go.
No. I set the precedent that Tuesday nights I can't go. However, my wife will come. And then I told her about it later.
Okay. Fair
That's
enough.
what she gets for sending me there. If she would have went, she could have like avoided it maybe. But I was like, nope, I can volunteer you. You're now signed up.
So,
but I can't.
So what does this entail now that we got Cub Scouts? So campouts?
So we already did a camp out. So I'm going to the camp outs because that's just anybody can go. So we do have a camp out in 2 weeks where we camp out, which the guy was telling us last night. He's like, yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, we have all kinds of activities for the kids. He goes, and honestly, parents, we just kind of sit around a fire and you know, goof around, joke around and stuff. And I guess like the kids are going to get to shoot BB guns and do archery. And I'm like, excuse me. Like, do the parents get to do that stuff too? Or is it like just the kid? He's like, listen, so we let the kids do it. And then they go off to do something else. And then we do it. He was like pumped up about it. I'm like, I'm in, dude. So it really doesn't entail all that much. It's a weekly meeting. So Amy will just have to show the book. Like literally it does. It guides you like literally like, hey, when you're in this week of your pack, here's the activities that you can work through. So she'll be great at it. She'll enjoy it and stuff. And then I'm going through it so that if I
– just for clarity, I'm sorry. A camp out in the middle of October, snow or no snow?
Well, you know, never know. You never know.
Ohio.
It could be snow. It could be snow. We'll find out. So they have like cabins but you can bring a tent and camp if you want. So we're walking home because it's at the school, so it's close, and they're the kids are going nuts about everything. And Jacqueline's like, I think I want to do the tent camp out for the thing. And Jonathan's like, I don't want to do a tent camp out. Jacqueline's like, I think I want to. And we keep walking, and she's like nothing's being said, and she's like, well, maybe I don't want to. We walk a little bit further, nothing said at all. She's like, yeah, cabin sounds a whole lot better than a tent. like I'm not saying anything. I'm just walking, and it's just hilarious, like her conversation in her head. So so they do like a cabin, and it's cool because they say like regardless of who's the Cub Scout who's in there, the entire family can come. And it's like $20 covers you the weekend, all your food and stuff, and the stuff like that, and we'll have fun and whatever. So that we're doing that, and then there's like 2 of those a year, and then it's just weekly meetings, which I won't go to unless Amy cannot go. Then I'll sub in, I guess. I don't know. Signed up with there was another dad there that signed up, and he's like, yeah, he goes, I'm gonna sign my wife up as an alternative, but I can't pawn it off on her like you did because I have no excuse not to come on Tuesdays. I'm like, there you go, buddy.
You're bad.
Yeah, should have thought about that.
That's funny.
So both kids are in Scouts. So Jonathan
awesome.
his pack already had his den already had a leader. So it's all good. So
that's cool.
So did you do Cub Scouts and stuff like that when you were younger? Boy Scouts?
I was a Boy Scout.
You were.
Yeah, I got.
Did you get to Eagle Scout?
Life. Nope. I got to Life.
Life. Okay. Can you explain that? I don't know.
Life is the one right before Eagle Scout. So you go. You go through all the rigmarole. You take the test. You get the badges. You do all that stuff. And I became a Life Scout at, I think I was 14, 15 years old. And then we moved, and I could have started up again somewhere else to try to pursue Eagle. But at that point, I was like, no, I'm good. I got a job, worked sports, and said, I'll be able to tell people one day how I was that close. Mm-hmm. And this is that moment. So appreciate that.
That's what we're here for. Yeah. So I never did it all. My brother Paul was, I don't know if he was Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts or whatever. I remember at some point when we were younger, but I never went through. It just wasn't, I don't know if my parents just didn't go that route, but my brother-in-law, so Amy's brother, was an Eagle Scout, and his dad like led all like the canoeing trips and the treks and all that stuff. So they're big into it. So I think Amy really loves the fact that because she remembers that stuff too. So what happens.
My greatest memory from Boy Scouts, I had to go on a polar bear campout, which was in January in the snow in tents. And we were responsible for bringing our own food. And I signed up to bring the food on the second day. It was a 3-day trip. And I had this master plan that I was going to cook everybody spaghetti. I did not know this as a 13-year-old back then, that when you're cooking spaghetti noodles, you have to let the water boil first before you put the noodles in. So I put all the noodles in with the water and let it all cook up and boil. And then my Boy Scout troop of like 10 guys and their dads had to eat a brick of spaghetti noodle because it all just came like
dude, it's all together. You just put the whole thing in
spaghetti, yeah. So it all just came together. So they're out there freezing. Their only hope throughout the day, as they're in 18 inches of snow, is we just got to get to dinner. We just got to get to dinner, and then I give them a loaf of spaghetti noodle. But it's all good. I learned my lesson. I learned it.
Yeah,
I haven't cooked since.
it's never cooked anything since. Yeah, so it's exciting. It'll be fun. It's gonna be good for Jonathan because Jacqueline wants to do all the things and Jonathan wants to do nothing. So we signed him up and took him. We're like, you're going to go to the first meeting. And he went and had a blast. So we're like, okay, you're good now. So, and they had a blast last night. So I'm excited for it. It'll be cool. So it'll be good experience.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Can I do something real quick? I know. Yeah, was it Megan that said she was here for the laughs? I want to make sure.
Yes, Megan did. Yes.
We haven't done a whole lot of this in a while.
Laughs. Yeah. Not a lot of laughs. Not a lot of comedy.
There's a part of me that says I want to tell some dad jokes, but there's a stronger part of me that wants to tell some mom jokes. I don't know if I'm the best person for that, but do you mind if I like throw a couple mom jokes out there and just to see if it
go ahead.
Megan roll her eyes a little bit and sigh?
Sure.
Okay. And I'm looking at Danielle's comment. Gave her a nice little comment.
That's what we're here for, Danielle. That's what we're here for.
And then you don't have to make breadsticks because it's already there. You got the noodles that are already like a breadstick, and you're awesome. So
Megan says, "Go for it" with the mom jokes. So.
Okay, so my mom is about a foot smaller than me. Do you know what you call a small mom?
No.
A minimum.
Oh, I hate you so much. Go on, keep going. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. We got one coming. Elijah's playing along in here. All right,
Let's do
folks.
this.
Why can't the T-Rex clap his hands? Because he's a dinosaur and they're dead. Let's hear. Did I ruin it, Elijah? Let's see. See, it's kind of delayed. I gotta wait for him
That's
to
okay. It's, the
comment.
anticipation is killing me because it's
Because it's
there you
extinct.
go.
What's all right? What are the other mom
All right.
jokes?
Oh, this is a horrible one. Can I tell a bad one? Like it's gonna get a lot of people. I'm gonna be canceled. Can I do one of those?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, this is Jeff Gargis just sent me this joke, people. So we were. I'm just kidding. Why don't moms need to wear watches?
I don't know.
Because there's a clock on the stove, and they're always
Wow.
in. Yeah. Okay.
What are you doing here?
I'm sorry. I told you that was bad. Okay. How about I try to save myself?
Can I save you?
Yeah. Go for it.
Why did the cookie cry?
Oh, I know this one. I'll be quiet. I know this one.
Because his mother was away for so long. I couldn't even say it without
for
laughing.
too long.
Away
Yes.
for too long.
His mom was away for too
Ah.
long. Yes. Okay, Carly Spina just canceled me. I think I just need to shut up right now.
Yeah, you should. I don't know what you're doing, but do you know why computers are so smart?
I have a guess.
Because they listen to the motherboards.
Motherboard? Is that? Yeah. Okay. Boom.
That's all I got.
Okay.
And we're
I
done.
think. I
think
think you
we've
and I
hit our-
might have the same source for these jokes. Yeah.
I think
I was
we've
sitting
hit
on
our-
a plane today, just scrolling, trying to find some things.
Were you really?
I was. Yeah.
I was just Googling. Sorry, I'm looking at some things. I'm laughing.
Why couldn't the toilet paper cross the road? I'm so nervous. This is not a me joke. This is in the comments. Why couldn't the toilet paper cross the road?
I don't know. I love it. Elijah's here for the joke. By the way, you can everyone start dropping the jokes in there. We'll have to compare them up. You know, the punchlines and stuff. All right, so waiting on that one. Bree just gave it all together. Why do bees have sticky hair? Honeycombs. Oh, because it was stuck in a crack.
Yeah, when I was that's nasty. That's funny though, but nasty. Yeah, can I have a therapeutic moment, and I might bring a smile to people's faces, and it might also make people cry a little bit.
You have an opportunity because currently you're canceled. So
well, yeah, I mentioned my mom earlier. I want to tell a little story about my mom. My mom's super honest. One of my favorite people in the world because she's so honest, so to the point. I remember once when I was a kid, she came up to me and said, Dave, I've got a bad feeling that you're not going to amount to anything because you always procrastinate. I looked at her and I said, oh, yeah? Just you wait. No? Did I set that up too much to get that?
I mean, it was all right. It was fine. Yeah,
Okay.
it's fine. It was fine.
Okay.
It was all right. It was okay. Nikki is chiming in from homecoming float duty.
Are you supervising people floating to make sure they don't sink? Is that what that is? What is homecoming?
See, I was gonna go with like root beer, like as a root beer floats, or. But all right, so Carly, I think you got her back on that one, Dave. I think you got her back.
When she says I got her, does that mean I'm not canceled anymore?
I think you might be uncanceled. Carly, we're gonna need a hashtag uncanceled if that's the case. If not, you feel free to go on canceling him, and I will be behind you 100%.
Okay, Carly, this one's for you.
Okay, jeez.
Carly, how many moms does it take to screw in a light bulb? The answer is one, because obviously nobody else is going to do it.
Yes. How do you know the lead singer of your band is at the door? He never uses the right key and never knows when to come in.
That's kind of funny.
Someone had a bad band experience or something. I don't know. Oh man,
I like it when people are dropping jokes here.
I do too. This is good. I like it a lot. So, Dave, do you know what makes more noise than a child jumping on mommy's bed?
More noise than a child jumping on mommy's bed. I have no idea.
2 children jumping on mommy's bed.
Okay. Thank you for that.
That's one of those ones like, hey, what is green and says I'm a frog?
A talking frog?
A talking frog.
There we go. Okay. I want to go back to Nikki here because Nikki is painting this image in my head. So she said that she was supervising float duty for homecoming, and I was picturing like people floating in a pool. And now she's talking about a float parade. So I'm wondering, is this like on a river and there's boats?
No, dude. Come on.
And she's got 3 students.
No,
so
it's
she's
where they
making
have
sure they have their life jackets.
No, they have trailers. They've got old cars, and everyone's got like a different float. Like there's a root beer float, a strawberry ice cream float, like a mint chocolate chip float. Like it's all the floats coming through.
So she's supervising to make sure that nobody chokes on the floats.
Yeah, I mean, that's my guess. Yeah, or I don't know if it's like what order they go in, so that it's colorly, like visually appeasing. I don't know. It's a tough. It does sound like a tough job, though. So
okay. Have you ever had a Verner's float? I'll go back to Verner's.
No, I have not had a Verner's float. Is that a thing?
It is a legit thing.
Like just like a root beer float, but with Verner's?
Vanilla ice cream. So good. You got to try it.
Interesting.
You ever had Rock and Rye? A Rock and Rye float? Have you ever had Rock and Rye? Let's start with that.
I don't know what Rock and Rye is now.
Oh my gosh. Jeff Gargas. Sorry, we're listening to the announcements in the airport here if you can hear them, but Rock and Rye. In the comments, if you've ever had Rock and Rye, educate this man. You can probably find it at Meijer. You've got a Meijer near you, right?
What is it? What is it?
Rock and Rye. Oh my gosh, it's a type of Faygo. Do you have any Faygo soda? Faygo.
I don't know
as we would call it in Michigan.
I'm not sure if Meijer sells. I mean, I've had a lot of Faygo in my time.
Okay,
but
so it's a type of Faygo. It's red and it's kind of like a red cream soda. Oh, it is so good. It is so good.
I don't know if I've had Rock and Rye. If I did, I just don't realize that was called.
You would know. You would remember. Trust me.
No, I've had a lot of Faygo that I don't remember.
Well, that's because you didn't have Rock and Rye.
No, it's because I had a lot of Faygo in the pit at an ICP concert, but that's a whole other story.
And if you tell it, you'll get canceled. So let's just go back to the comments. What do you call a guitarist?
All right, what do you call a guitarist, a bassist, and a pianist, and a drummer? 3 musicians and a drummer.
So they're saying, oh, that's a good one for Chad Ostrowski.
Elijah, have you had is there a recent band breakup where you're having trouble with your lead singer and your drummer, or I'm trying to figure out what he is. Is Elijah a guitarist or a bassist?
Save that one for Chad. That's a good one.
We gotta save that one for we gotta save that for that. Christy's here with Purple Cow, grape soda, and ice cream. Ooh, that sounds like Faygo.
Ooh.
Grape Faygo with ice cream.
You know what grape soda is not good with? Because I took somebody's advice. Sorry,
Elijah went and did what we did, but he Googled 25 funny band jokes or something. I don't know. Sorry, what we?
I don't even know what I was gonna say, but we're talking grape soda. So a year ago, somebody told me that I should try something with grape soda, and it was an epic fail.
What was it?
Remember that peanut butter whiskey?
Yeah. Did you do that with grape soda?
I did, because somebody said, "Oh, it's like peanut butter and jelly." It didn't work. No, it is not like peanut butter and jelly. It is disgusting, is what it is.
I gotta check and see while I'm saying this if it's still truthful, but I'm pretty sure that it's still on my shopping list. I'm looking on my. It's always just being there. Nope, I finally did get. I literally checked that off my list last week because I've had on there peanut butter whiskey forever because I just never got it. Because from that one time a year ago we talked about it, I'm like, I go to Meijer, they don't have the liquor.
You got 4 weeks to find it, sir. That's all I'm telling you. 4 weeks to find it. Because in 4 weeks I'm going to be drinking some with you.
In 4 weeks you're going to be in Ohio.
I am.
Oh, that's exciting. Let's go there for a minute.
To Ohio? That's
Dave, why are you coming to Ohio?
Just to hang out with you.
No. Why are you coming to Ohio?
And prep. I don't know what I'm allowed to say. What am I allowed to say stuff?
What are we planning for? This is brain break. This is brain break, buddy.
So it's something that's happening in 2022.
Okay.
It starts with a C and ends with an conference. So that way, in case Ray's watching, I didn't say it, Ray.
So you're coming to Ohio so we can do planning for something that starts with a C and ends with an conference.
And getting it all set up. Yes, I'm super excited.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we'll leave that on that, and let's go back to peanut butter whiskey.
I'm sorry. What did Carly Spina say?
I don't see. I turned off Carly's comments. I don't see them.
So
all I see is green hearts.
Because Ray will probably just listen to the audio podcast version of this somehow, some way.
This doesn't go to audio podcasts.
I know. Just look at the comments, everybody. Just look at the comments. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So peanut butter whiskey. You want to go there again?
We can go wherever you want to go.
No, I don't really want to go there.
Yeah, so Dave, so you're coming to Ohio, so that's exciting because you are coming to Ohio. We're able to tell people that you're coming to Ohio to talk about the conference. We're not going to give away any details of the conference.
Okay.
That's not coming for a little while still. However, just so you know, Carly and everyone else, that is coming soon. So some stuff's coming very soon. I'm going to leave it at that.
Super soon.
Soon is relative to whatever you think that means, so you can kind of take that for whatever you want. But Dave is coming to town, and is it 4 weeks?
I believe it is.
You're bringing Josh Stamper with you too.
Yeah, I'm bringing. There's gonna be quite the crew talking and hanging out a little bit. Yeah, but Joshua Stamper, me, you. Watch out, Ohio. It's never gonna be the same.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. To Elijah's point, what do you call Jeff Gargas, Ray Hewitt, Katie Meglin, Josh Stamper, Dave Schmittou, and Chad Ostrowski in a room?
A bunch of smart people and Jeff Gargas. No, I don't know. Sorry,
it's pretty accurate. I was gonna say a 4-person party in Chad, but you went that way. But so I'm gonna let you go.
Yours is funnier.
I'm gonna let you win on that. I actually was gonna say a 4-person party and a drummer kind of plan, but like
boom, there you go. You know what else is happening in a few weeks? Speaking of Carly Spina,
what's up?
She's got a little bookie book. Just throwing that out there for people.
Bookie book coming out. Carly's got a book coming out?
Yeah. So I got to hang out with Carly last week because somebody thought they had better things to do. And I found better things to do. I got to hang out with Carly.
Yeah,
and then we brought Andrea in, and Andrea hung out with us for a little bit. And Carly was amazing. She was humming some songs. She was doing some acting. All of the embarrassing things that we've tried to get
did you put them through
the last year, she actually did. Yeah. She's like the first person that hasn't said no to those things. I was like, let's go. And yeah, she was singing and dancing and laughing, and it was fun. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. I remember last Wednesday, a little bit after that, someone posted, I can't remember if it was Mike or Van, in the Teach Better Ambassadors Voxer group that was the best brain break ever. So I just put a little thing that said I was going in the corner and crying, apparently. So
it's because Carly and
apparently it was good.
It
was really
phenomenal people, and they're both just so comfortable in their own skin, so willing to just laugh and go with the flow, and it just felt so natural.
They're just not like me. I make things very awkward. It's like pulling teeth. It's very,
that is true.
Yeah, I totally get it.
But Jeff, you actually make me look good when I can hang out with you. Because it's all that comparison game. Like last week, I was lost in the shadows. I was just in the corner. But when I'm with you, it's like Dave's here. Oh,
time to shine! Time to shine, baby. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say at this point. Like, why are we here still? Why is this still happening on Wednesdays?
Do you want to try to compete with Carly and see if you can do some of the stuff that she
did?
See
not even kind of. No.
Okay. Because she sang opera. Do you want to sing some opera? No, she didn't actually, but
she sang
I'd like
opera?
to see she didn't, but I'd love to see if you want to try.
No, I don't want to try at all. That's not. I'm not interested in that at all.
Okay. She speaks multiple languages. Do you want to try to speak multiple languages?
The only language I could even attempt is Spanish. And I know like a couple words.
Okay. She did not wear pink for like the first time ever.
Interesting.
And you are not wearing pink today.
I'm not wearing pink. Okay. All right. I got that.
That's about it. I think that's literally the only thing you have in common.
What can you tell us about Carly's book?
Carly Spina wrote it. I have had the opportunity to see and make some comments / endorsements of it. I don't know what I'm allowed to say. It's sort of like that last thing you wanted me to talk about with coming to Ohio. I don't know what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not. So Carly, if you're okay with me, like, just talking about how awesome it is.
Carly, how about you drop a comment with what your book's about or what you can or cannot share so we don't accidentally share.
There you go.
What's something that you can talk about, that you can share about? How we have there's a new course in the Academy. We can talk about that for a minute.
We can talk about that, yeah.
New course from Ray Hewitt. Free.
Yep.
Free course. All about
free.
Free.
Free?
Free.
I think I can even afford that. Okay.
Free, maybe. All about implementing your new idea. And so it actually came from, I think, a conversation of you and Ray during one of the first weeks of Brain Break. And so essentially she takes you through, like, from the time you have this idea of putting a new idea in place in your classroom to go through like how to look up, how to research it, how to make sure like assess that it's a good idea for you and a good fit for you and your students, how to figure out what your measurables are so you can figure out whether it actually works when you implement it, how to get over the fear of implementing it, how to what are the other steps? How to like she goes through the pros and cons of like chunking it out like piece by piece versus just like diving into it head first. And
I don't.
It's a
think you
really
give
cool
it all
breakdown.
away, Jeff. This is a free course. You need people.
I'm
to
just
pay for
sharing
it, so
what's
don't
in
give
it.
it all away.
I'm sharing what's in it. Not no value from me right now. Just it's a good course.
I haven't seen it or anything yet, so I'm fascinated right now.
So it's out. It's free. And it's called Your New Idea Done Right, I think. Is the proper title for it. And it's in the Academy, so it's free. So if you have the Academy membership, you already got it, but it's in your My Courses dashboard. And then we have another course coming out in like 2 weeks.
What?
And that one has Ray and Katie Miglin in it.
What? Both of them, the dynamic duo?
And then the following month, there's another course coming out, but I can't tell you who's in it.
Wow.
But it might be another dynamic duo.
Finishing the year pretty strong here. That's epic.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Pretty strong. Pretty awesome.
Did you know that this morning I got to start my day with Ray Hewitt? Just throwing that out there.
I did. I saw that. I opened it up on my phone on National Coffee Day. Yeah.
The only day I will agree to hang out that early in the morning is
National Coffee Day.
National Coffee Day, and I have an excuse to just drink a gallon of the stuff. But
I love it. Yeah, it was good. It was a good drop-in this morning. I actually get to be on drop-in tomorrow. I normally just on Mondays, but tomorrow I'm there with who do I have? With Andrea Bittner, who's a fantastic author. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So I'll be hanging out tomorrow morning. Carly's book, Moving Beyond Multilingual Learners, which is coming in November. Carly, who are you publishing with? Do you know who she's publishing with? I feel like I know, but I don't want to say it unless I know for sure.
I think your guess is correct.
Well, tell me what it is so then I know the guess.
The owner's ST.
Is what?
Yeah, there's okay. She put it there. Carly,
okay, guys.
I'd like to talk about it then, since you're. I feel like I'm holding on to secrets here, and I don't know, but yeah. So I'm actually here. It is right here on my phone. Even I've got it.
What's on your phone? The book itself.
The book itself.
Okay, read us chapter 1. Go ahead.
Okay, the audio version of Carly Spina's book. No, I'm not doing that. That would get me seriously canceled by Carly.
Carly, you're gonna do audio. Carly, you should definitely do an audio book, but like in every language you know. Just saying, that would be cool. You can share whatever. Boom, you heard it here. She says you can share whatever you want. Let's do it.
Okay, so let's do it. So it is. First of all, it's epic. So what I love about the book, so it's the title again. You can throw it back up there. Moving Beyond for Multilingual Learners. So I had the opportunity to read it, and as I was reading this, I am not multilingual. I am barely monolingual. Barely. I haven't been a classroom teacher in a couple of years now, but I was walking away with so many tips that I can apply right now to my own kids, to adult learners that I work with right now, and things that I could have applied to my classroom as a social studies and language arts teacher. Like, it's one of those that it seems, because the title seems like it's for a niche audience, but it is so applicable to anybody and everybody. And it highlights how amazing Carly is, because I'm just imagining all of the things that Carly does with students. It's a book that will change your mindset. It will change your practices. It will inform you. It will inspire you. I get to the opportunity to read a lot of books from a lot of amazing people before they go to print. And this is truly at the very top of the list of the things I've had the opportunity to read. Wow. It's that good. Yeah.
Wow. It has got the full-on Dave Schmittou stamp of approval, huh? Wow. That's awesome. Well, congrats, Carly. That's super cool. That's exciting. It's going to be exciting to celebrate with you over the next little bit before it comes out. And then after it launches, that's always fun and exciting. So,
yeah, it's a great way to for people that are looking for things to pick up and read for Thanksgiving. Like, if you've got a couple days off and you want to like experiment with some new things between Thanksgiving and your Christmas break, grab it as soon as it comes out, and then spend those 3 weeks experimenting, learning, changing your mindsets and practices. So just throwing that out there.
That's a good idea. Unfortunately, however, now I'm really, really just set in my head on Thanksgiving and turkey. Are you running a turkey trot this year?
I am. The turkey trot that I do will be down on the beach. And Santa is at the finish line passing out beer and mimosas. Does it
What-
get any better
what's
than
the
that?
what's the distance for that turkey trot?
It's a 5K.
A 5K.
So, yep, which is perfect for Thanksgiving because you're not going to be exhausted, but it's
Yeah.
enough to make you feel like, yeah, you've earned everything that you consume for the rest of the day. And I'm super excited. My kids are going to try to run. There's a kids run on the beach. I think it's just like a quarter mile or half mile. So they get to go run that on the beach and then wait for me and hang out with Santa. It's going to be good.
Ah, that's super cool. My brother is not coming home for Thanksgiving. It's normally my oldest brother, Paul, who just got married on the beach, by the way. It's normally he and I get up and run it on Thanksgiving morning, which you can do a 2 mile or 5. So we usually do the 5. But he's not coming. It's not coming home. So
you've already been replaced, Jeff. That's what I'm hearing. Marriage and now doesn't need you anymore.
Yeah, they're not coming home. Turns out, apparently, his work at the hospital and Chad's work at the CDC is important. I don't know. They can't take time off. So
whatever. But can we talk Thanksgiving a little bit? Because man, I love Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you got us going on that. Like I want to
talk Thanksgiving all day, every day. It is truly my favorite.
You've said that it's your favorite, and it's definitely. I think it's number 2 for me. Because I just love the Christmas season, but like that starts on Thanksgiving anyway. So okay. Not Arbor Day. No. It's a close third. Okay. What is it? Is it the turkey, or like the side dishes?
Oh, it's all
or the dessert.
It's all about the side dishes. Yeah.
Like, give us the top 3 side dishes for Dave Schmittou?
Stuffing, sweet potatoes, and let me rewind. You got to have gravy like that. That's not really a side dish, but if you have Thanksgiving,
we'll call that a condiment.
But it kind of has to go on everything. Like it
has
to drip into the sweet potatoes. Right? So yeah, absolutely. So stuffing, sweet potatoes, and then anything I can smother in gravy. So whatever it is, if you can cover it in gravy, I'm gonna devour it.
Stuffing? You guys do the in the bird or stovetop or both? Or
I do a combo platter. Yeah.
I like both. I don't know why. I just love. Yeah, it's good stuff.
For Thanksgiving for me though, it's one of those weird holidays that I spent a few years not traveling to be by my parents. My parents live in Florida, and I'm literally like 5 miles from them now, which it's so amazing. But I spent a few years not traveling down to Florida when I lived in Michigan to do Thanksgiving, and I would hang out with Michigan people. And the menu was the same. The Lions football was always on. I would even do the parade in the morning. I know. I'd do a parade in the morning. I would go for my turkey trot. But when my mom wasn't a part of making Thanksgiving dinner, it was not the same. And I think for me, Thanksgiving is like just this attachment to my mom. My mom does Thanksgiving like nobody else. It's the same thing every single year. She's tried to experiment and do some different things every year, and
doesn't work.
No sense. No, don't, Mom. Don't fix what ain't broke. Just Thanksgiving is about me. You know what makes me happy. So and dinner has to be ready at halftime of the Lions game. So right around 2:00 is when I have to eat because the game starts at 12:30 and halftime's around 2. And that way I can eat my second dinner around 6:00 and the halftime of the Cowboys game. It all has to be very scripted.
You seem very high maintenance.
I'm just a very opinionated.
Or selfish? I'm not sure if maybe that's the right word.
That might be it. That might be it. Yeah, Thanksgiving was truly created for me. So
well, I know
the little stories about pilgrims and all that stuff fool you. It started in 1977, and it has continued for 44 years. So
it's the day we all set aside to give thanks for Dave.
That's it.
So last year, I'm the same way. Like the attachment to my mom's Thanksgiving. Now I'm very fortunate that then, I only live about an hour from my parents. So my in-laws are right down the road from us. So like, what's nice for the last 13, 14 years is we go out to my mom's house the night before, so we can get up and do turkey trot. We eat there, and we hang out for a little bit. Then we drive back home and go to her parents' house, and I get to have it all over again. Which is great because normally when I get there, they're all settled down. They've already eaten, like her family's done, but everything's still like either hot or at least warm enough where you don't even need to heat it up. You just walk in, you get another dish, and you're good to go. Last year, because of COVID and stuff, I made Thanksgiving dinner, and I killed it. It was amazing, and I made way too much, which is the best. and I had a ton. So like now I'm like, hey mom, I kind of raised the bar. Like, where you at? So I'm a little nervous this year that I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna eat. And I'm gonna be like, I mean, this is good, but like my corn souffle was like on point, mom.
What do you do now if mom hears that challenge and decides she's going to do something different and does amazing things? Like, what if she decides, okay, it's going to be lobster tail for everybody, but lobster tail is amazing, but not on Thanksgiving? Or like, what if she says, we're gonna grill some steaks, which is great, but not on Thanksgiving. Pizza's always great, but not on Thanksgiving. Like, what if she hears this and says challenge accepted and just goes rogue?
First of all, she's not going to watch. Second of all, I'm pretty sure everything you just described is blasphemy. So like, it doesn't matter. Like, she's not going to do that. No, I don't know. No, it's gonna be fun to get back because like we didn't travel last year because of COVID and stuff. So I'm excited that we'll be able to go this year. But we haven't decided like what we're gonna do. But now I'm like super excited about Thanksgiving. Like I don't even care about Chipotle tonight or my kids or anything going on in the world. I just want to think about Thanksgiving at this point.
Ouch. So just for the record, your kids might actually be hearing you right now. Just want to throw that out there. So
they get it.
Okay, fair enough. Now, Halloween, is that on your radar at all? Do you care about Halloween?
Yeah, we've already, we do like Halloween. My kids, Jacqueline specifically loves Halloween. Like we got Halloween decorations out last week, and had to start doing that. She was bugging me for days, and I'm like, okay, we'll get them out. And so we got Halloween decorations up. They're super excited. We're trying to figure out what we're gonna be. Jacqueline keeps pitching that we're gonna be members of the Addams family, but who's gonna be who keeps changing. So we'll see how that goes.
I would just be the hand.
I wanted to figure out. Well, we were thinking about getting one of those for the dog, like one of those outfits that sits on the front because he's tiny too, so it'd be good. So we're not sure yet. No, I'm excited about Halloween. Kids always have a good time with that, and it's gonna be interesting. So last Halloween, it was 3 or 4 days after Halloween that I gave up candy because what I've always done since we've had this house is like I start buying candy now. And I buy it. I'm like, all right, we got plenty of candy for Halloween. Like, we're going to be good. And in the week of Halloween, I'm like, I'm going to buy 4 more bags just to be safe. But it's not just be safe. It's because I want to make sure we have a lot of candy left over. Well, like 2 years ago. Actually, it was last year because I looked and like we had rain. It was kind of an ugly Halloween. Like 2 days before Halloween, I'm like, oh, it's supposed to rain. I probably have too much candy. So I went out and bought more candy. And then for 3 days after Halloween, I just pigged out on candy. And I'm like, I got to stop eating candy. That's when I cut candy.
Say that logic again about the rain and all that, and why you went and bought more candy. I feel like that's the opposite. Say it again.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly my point. Is why I had the problem because I'm like, what I should have been is like, hey, I could donate candy or take some back or something, or we're good. We're gonna have a lot of leftover candy, so this is great. But I'm gonna buy more anyway, just to make sure I've got candy for decades. And we did. We still have Halloween candy from last year because I stopped eating it 3 days later, and I haven't eaten it since.
Huh.
So I say all this because it's gonna be really hard come Halloween this year, like to see if I can hold off and continue to not eat candy.
What is your go-to candy? I'm not a big candy guy.
M&M's,
like Reese's, but
M&M's, Snickers, Reese's, 100 Grands, Kit Kat bars. Caramellos.
So pretty much everything.
Have you
ever tried a whatchamacallit? Do you remember those?
Oh, yeah, whatchamacallits? Yeah, they're really good. Yeah. Whatchamacallits. I think my go-to would probably be either Snickers, Butterfinger, or M&M's are like were my worst thing.
So what kind of M&M's? Because they've got it's like wine now. You can get it in
regular, peanut, or peanut butter are my 3. Like peanut butters are like I love peanut butters, right? But like
they're the devil.
But I'll eat regular peanut as well. So,
okay.
I would get peanuts or peanut butter because my kids don't like peanuts or peanut butter. So like I knew they wouldn't eat those. However, it made it tough to blame the disappearing candy on the kids because my wife knew it wasn't them, it was me. So then I had to go back. I'm like, no, I'm just going to get Jacqueline a big thing of M&Ms that I take a bite out of. So it was a problem, and luckily I got rid of it.
So not only do you have a candy eating problem, but you have a blame things on your kids problem.
Oh, yeah, lots of problems.
The kids that you just admitted you don't like as much as Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I am not not the bar for parenting.
Where is Carly Spina when I need her?
Not where you want to go for parenting. It's not. Speaking of, though, I am working on a book about parenting, so that's going to be fun. Not really.
Okay.
Lessons I've learned from drinking with Dave.
But a book. Somebody like a year ago was telling me that they were working on a book, and he
Was it
might have been
Carly?
like going on vacation to the Carolinas and was going to be like continuing to work on this book. And I haven't heard about this book in like a year. I wonder what happened.
I haven't written much on it for quite a while. Actually, it's been a while. It's just kind of like blocked, and I haven't put the haven't had the inspiration and haven't like set up like the discipline to work on it anymore. I felt like I was forcing it after a while, and I didn't want that to be a thing, so I let it go, and I just haven't really done much for it. But I do have, I probably have about 4 or 5 chapters done in the general like outline and stuff. Yeah, I paused. It's been a while since I worked on it.
Yeah, you know how you're always on these like wacky, weird. I would call wacky, and the word wacky is in my vernacular right now because Ray posted a bunch of stuff about me being wacky today. Which
Wacky.
I got some concerns with that, but anyway, you're always on these wacky diets. Yesterday you told me that you're fasting because that helps you eat better throughout the day, which I just think is interesting. What if every single time you had the thought, I want to eat candy, or I want to eat brownies, or I want a French fry, you said that you had to write a paragraph instead before you could eat it?
That probably wouldn't work. That's not how my stuff works, like how I figured myself out. I should, in theory, though.
You figured yourself out? Do tell.
Well, what I figured out with the wacky stuff you're talking about is I figured out that I can't diet because as soon as I cheat, it's done. I have to like make changes, and I have to make small changes, and they have to be very specific changes, and I have to track them because I have to hit a minimum of 35 days, or for whatever reason, that's like been the key point for me. So, for example, like when I cut I don't know, one of the ones we've joked about, whatever, like when I cut cupcake or cookies out, I was still able to eat cupcakes, pie, cake, ice cream, whatever. And then I cut brownies out. And you're like, what the heck? I'm like, well, when I cut cookies out, it was because not my kid, because when I kept eating all of Jacqueline's Oreos. So I'm like, I have a problem. I need to cut that. And then I cut cupcakes because my wife makes delicious cupcakes. I was eating them, and it was like, why did you cut cake? I'm like, because we don't usually have cake laying around, so it's not a problem for me. But it also, then I found like, but it also works because like the cheat's built in because it's not actually cheating because I didn't cut out cake. So I'm not breaking anything. I'm just doing what I said I was allowed to do, which makes it so that you can actually stay with it for a lot longer. So just one of those. So with that being said, it's not like instead of doing that, I'll do that. Like that doesn't, I don't know why my brain doesn't work that way. Probably because I'm weak. I don't know. What I should be able to do theoretically, Dave, is track it and get myself motivated that way. So maybe I'll try that. I don't know.
The moral of my story was I just want you writing some more. However you need to do it, just write some more because you got some wisdom that I think you could share with.
So I've been working on writing in general. So one of the things I have been doing is trying to write an article post on LinkedIn, which is more business related. So it doesn't go on teachbetter.com. It just goes on my LinkedIn. And like I just published one 2 days ago that I didn't like. I wasn't happy with, but I'm just like, but I forced myself to push it out because I'm like, I got to keep writing. So maybe I'm working towards that, Dave, and I can get you there sometime in 2024. Maybe I can get that book for you. I don't know.
Maybe we can have an awesome book release party, and that can be something that we talk about in a couple of weeks, and that can be part of this event we're planning for sometime in the not too distant future. That'd be fun.
So your thought is that I won't have anything to do regarding the event, so I should add the book right on to get
correct.
I
thought you were making Josh Stamper and Katie Miglandero.
That sounds like a good plan. We should do that.
Yeah,
let's do that instead. I think that's a good way to go. So I think that's good. Well, I'm super hungry for turkey. I hope, does Chipotle have turkey? They have turkey dinner and stuff? Is that a thing at Chipotle?
You can get veggie stuff.
Who gets veggie stuff? Get out of here.
No.
Out of here.
I think I'm getting Chipotle tonight, though, honestly. You've been talking about that.
Tell them that
can
you're
I like do it and gift the penny to your kid's school?
I actually think you might. They on the flyer, there's a code and it says you can order, if you order through the app, you can put the code in and get credit. I wonder if you could. That'd be interesting.
I'm gonna give it a shot. Let them
I'm
tell me
gonna
no.
I'm gonna text you the code and we'll see what happens. Whatever. So everyone go to Chipotle today. You gotta cover that $38 million for the CEO somehow. So we need you all the help we can get. Sorry. I read that it was on a post from Dan Prince of what's his Gravity Payments, because he listed like 9 restaurant chains and like the worst paid CEO was at like 16 million a year, and he's like, but yeah, that couple dollar raise for the employees is why your burrito costs more. Like it's so ridiculous. Anyway, which is also why I think we're going to cut pay of our CEO too. I think he's making too much, so we're going to do that.
That makes perfect sense.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
We're going to wrap up though. So super excited. High fives to Carly Spino for the book coming out. That's exciting. What did you say? He eats my Thanksgiving meal with red chili instead of gravy. Really, Elijah? That's interesting. I don't even know what to think about that.
Experiment with like a TV dinner or something in the next month. I don't think I'm going to experiment with that on Thanksgiving Day, but I'll give it a shot, like with something that's with lower stakes. Yeah, it is interesting.
Yeah,
super intriguing. I just don't know if I'm ready to take that risk.
By interesting, we of course mean wacky, to quote Ray. But hey, you do you, boo. It's what it is. Make sure if you haven't already checked out, go check out that free course from Ray over at teachbetteracademy.com, because that's out. If you would need more Ray in your life, that's how you get it. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning for the brain break with Andrea Bittner. That's going to be a lot of time.
You're not doing a brain break without me.
I am not doing brain break. I'm sorry. Daily drop in tomorrow morning. So I'll see you tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Eastern time. And what else we got going on? That's it. We'll be back next week, 5 o'clock. Are you here next week? Still good? We're still good? We're still hanging out?
Sure. I'm in Illinois. I don't know if I'm leaving or not. I'll let you know. Stay tuned.
You let me know. Otherwise, I'll find someone else to hang out with.
Fair enough.
All right. Appreciate y'all. If you need anything, like always, reach out. Let us know if there's anything we can do. And we'll see you tomorrow morning for the daily drop-in. We appreciate you.